Did you know that over 30 million tons of soursop are harvested from tropical regions every year? Beneath its rough, spiky skin lies silky smooth, sweet, white flesh. Soursop, the jewel of the tropics, is not only delicious, but also packed with precious nutrients that few truly know about. And the real wonder is that this fruit doesn't just captivate the taste buds of millions, it is also a vital link in the global agricultural trade with an economic value exceeding $200 million. This journey begins beneath lush green canopies where plump sour fruits sway gently under the golden southern sun, meticulously harvested by the skilled hands of local farmers. From there, they are taken to modern processing plants, where advanced technology meets human craftsmanship, skillfully transforming each fruit into refreshing juice and delicately fragrant tea. Today, join Agriculture Insight as we follow the journey of soursop from abundant orchards to the hands of consumers, uncovering the secrets behind its irresistible global appeal. Let's get started. Colombia is hailed as the tropical capital of sour, supplying around 10,000 tons each year, nearly 10% of the world's total production. But its allure extends far beyond lush green orchards. It has crossed borders, reaching as far as the United States. From a virtually unknown name, sour has now become a tropical jewel sought after in the land of the free. With its dark green skin covered in scattered spiky bumps, the sour's appearance might evoke the image of a prickly warrior ready to draw blood. Yet upon touch, those spikes reveal themselves to be soft and pliable, just enough to deter small insect pests, while posing no harm to the hands of pickers or to larger animals, the seed corers that help the tree spread its life. Compared to durian or jackfruit, soursop is the multitasking master of tropical fruits, capable of transforming into juice, jam, ice cream, tea, or even inventive savory dishes. Every 100 grams packs about 20 milligrams of vitamin C, over 3 times that of jackfruit, along with abundant fiber and potassium. Delicious, yet highly nutritious, it has managed to conquer even the most demanding markets. And to produce sour fruits of such quality, everything begins at the planting stage, the foundational step that determines the vitality and growth potential of the young trees. The ideal soil is sandy loam, loose, rich in organic matter, able to retain moisture while draining quickly. After breaking up and softening each handful of soil, the grower gently places it into seedling pots. This layer of soil acts like a warm cradle, nurturing the seeds and helping the sprouts break through their shells to reach for the sunlight. Thorough soil preparation is only the opening act. Sowing the seeds is the decisive moment. Sour seeds are laid horizontally, about 2 to 3 centimeters deep in moist soil, then lightly covered with loose earth, never compacted, so that the young roots can break through with ease. Moisture must be kept consistent, as even a single instance of overwatering can cause the seeds to rot or the tender sprouts to suffocate, losing their chance to grow, slowing their development, or even failing to germinate altogether. When the young sprouts emerge, the green shoots quickly reach upward with tender leaves unfolding to signal the plant's growth phase. Growers closely observe and select seedlings that meet the standard height of 10 to 15 centimeters with sturdy stems, even leaves, and roots firmly anchored in the substrate before proceeding with transplanting. Each seedling is lifted from the nursery tray with a firm yet gentle motion to avoid damaging the roots. In the new pot, the soil is mixed to be loose, nutrient-rich, and well-draining. The seedling is placed upright with soil filled to the collar of the roots to prevent waterlogging and keep the stem stable. Moisture is maintained at an optimal level to encourage rapid root expansion and help the plant adapt quickly. From here, the soursop continues to be cared for and monitored for pests and diseases until it is strong enough to be planted in the field or delivered to commercial nurseries. After selecting healthy seedlings, growers place the root ball into the planting hole, keeping the root collar level with the soil surface to prevent waterlogging. Soil is filled in and gently pressed around the base, providing stability without damaging the roots. One fascinating trait of the soursop is its picky flowers, each bearing both stamens and pistils, but never maturing at the same time. In the morning, the flower is in its female phase, ready to receive pollen. By afternoon or the next day, it shifts to the male phase, releasing pollen, but no longer able to receive it. This is why farmers practice hand pollination. In the afternoon, they collect pollen from male phase flowers, store it overnight, and the next morning use a soft brush to transfer it to female phase flowers. This perfectly timed appointment results in a remarkably high fruit set, producing large, uniform, and visually appealing sours. Music. From the moment it is planted, a sour tree typically takes about 3 to 4 years to bear its first crop. Over time, the trees push through rain and sun with resilience, and by late summer, the orchard is cloaked in a lush green hue, signaling that harvest season is truly knocking at the door. Identifying a ripe soursop is far from as simple as with many other fruits. At peak maturity, its dark green skin begins to pale, the spikes soften, and the stem reveals delicate hairline cracks. These traits are often found in fruits weighing between 1.5 to 3 kilograms, the ideal size for premium quality. Harvesting sour requires a gentle touch, as the fruit is soft and easily bruised. Pickers typically use sharp pruning shears or specialized knives to cut the stem, rather than pulling by hand to avoid damaging the flesh or stem base. Each fruit is held firmly in the palm and placed gently into a padded basket to minimize impact. In orchards along the canals, instead of carrying heavy loads, farmers skillfully cut each fruit and drop it softly into a boat waiting below, then simply paddle along the rows of trees to collect their bounty. Few people know that soursop has a close relative, the custard apple. Unlike the elongated shape, soft and sparse, spiky skin, and slightly tangy flesh of soursop, the custard apple is rounder with a rind made up of distinct, closely packed segments resembling dragon scales. When ripe, the custard apple's skin cracks slightly, revealing its rich, sweet white flesh. Harvesting custard apples is also different. The fruits are smaller and firmer, so pickers only need to gently twist the stem without worrying about bruising, unlike sour soup. This difference not only creates two distinct flavors, but also changes how farmers harvest and store them. Many people often confuse these two fruits because of their similar appearance and names, but in reality, they have clearly distinct characteristics and values. Whether it's soursop or custard apple, once freshly picked, each plump fruit is immediately taken to the collection point in the orchard. There, buyers carefully sort the fruits. Those meeting standards for size, ripeness, and appearance are separated. Beautiful, intact fruits without bruises or pests are reserved for fresh consumption in supermarkets or exported to foreign markets at a higher value. In countries like the United States or across Europe, imported sour can fetch prices ranging from $2 to $5 or more per fruit due to transportation costs and scarcity. On the other hand, foods that are overripe, scratched, or show signs of pests are removed from the fresh produce line. However, not all imperfect fruits are discarded. These are usually sent to processing plants to be made into sour juice. In processing, imperfections in appearance no longer affect the final product's quality, allowing maximum use of raw materials, reducing waste, and increasing economic efficiency. As soon as the baskets of fresh soursop arrive at the processing facility, the fruits are passed through a high-pressure spray washing system that effectively removes dirt and impurities from the spiky skin, preparing them for the subsequent processing stages. Immediately after washing and sorting, the selected sour fruits proceed to the peeling stage. Although the spiky skin of sour sap is not thick, it has a soft structure with numerous prominent spikes, while the inside consists of juicy white flesh that is extremely delicate and prone to bruising. Using high-speed mechanical peelers can easily tear the flesh due to friction and pressure, causing juice loss and significantly diminishing the fruit's flavor. For this reason, many factories still prefer manual peeling, performed at a moderate speed with hand pressure, carefully adjusted for each individual fruit. Each worker is trained to glide the knife closely along the skin, removing the spikes and outer green layer without damaging the tender flesh inside. A lesser-known fact is that the peeling room's temperature is strictly controlled. If too warm, enzymes in the fruit become overactive, leading to discoloration. If too cold, knives struggle to glide smoothly over the surface. Music. Immediately after peeling, the sour pulp is fed into a hydraulic press, extracting a thick, fragrant juice that preserves the fresh flavor and rich nutrients intact. In the packaging process, sour sap can be packed using various methods, the most common being bagging and canning. With bagging, fresh sour fruits are carefully wrapped in mesh or plastic bags to reduce impact and maintain freshness during transport. On the other hand, with canning, processed sour is fed into a modern canning line. On gleaming steel conveyors, chilled cans of soursop juice roll steadily forward, passing through high-speed filling and sealing systems. In the blink of an eye, each can is perfectly sealed using aseptic technology, preserving the fresh natural flavor inside and preparing it for long-distance shipping. Each method has its own advantages and is chosen depending on the intended use and target market. And while ripe, sour delivers a gentle sweetness with a hint of tartness to create a refreshing glass of juice. Unripe sour begins an entirely different journey, the journey of becoming sour sap tea. After being thoroughly washed, unripe sour fruits are fed into a specialized slicing machine, cutting them into thin slices of only about 2 to 3 mm. The seeds are kept intact during the process as they contribute to the light orangency and distinctive aroma of sour tea. These thin slices allow for even drying, preserving the golden color and the fresh natural flavor to perfection. The thin sour sap slices are then placed into a drying chamber at a temperature of around 60 to 70 C. Under circulating hot air, the moisture inside gradually evaporates, leaving behind crisp, deep, golden flesh infused with its signature aroma. At this stage, each slice has transformed into sour tea ingredients, ready to bring a gentle orangency, delicate freshness, and a lingering, sweet aftertaste to the drinker's cup. Once the sour reaches the desired level of dryness, it is transferred to the roasting stage at a moderate temperature. This process enhances the aroma, stabilizes the color, and preserves all of its natural active compounds. After the roasting process is complete, the dried sour sap is transferred to a sealed packaging area. Here, each batch of tea is precisely weighed and packed into specialized bags or boxes, then vacuum sealed to preserve its full aroma and crisp texture. Every finish of product is a bundle of fragrance ready to be delivered to tea lovers. Thailand is considered the tropical paradise of jackfruit, producing nearly 400,000 tons each year. This giant fruit isn't just widely cultivated, it also brightens up the country's floating markets where thousands are bought and sold daily from small wooden boats. But the real craze is rising across the globe. Just a decade ago, most Americans had never seen a jackfruit. Now, it's becoming a new symbol of plant-based eating. Young jackfruit is especially praised as the perfect plant meat thanks to its fibrous texture and ability to soak up flavors, turning easily into a vegan version of pulled pork or roast chicken. Many Americans still confuse jackfruit with durian because of their large spiky appearance, but they're completely different personalities. Durian is the rock star of the tropics with a bold aroma people either love or run from, while jackfruit is gentle, sweet smelling, and easy to share like a friendly guest, always welcome at table. What about you? Do you prefer jackfruit or durian? The journey of jackfruit begins with tiny seeds, carefully selected from large, evenly ripened fruits. Then a gentle spray of protective solution is applied, followed by another layer of fiber to maintain stable humidity. After just 5 to 7 days, the hard shell begins to crack, revealing the first small root, a vivid sign that life has begun. From the sprouting seeds, farmers begin the planting process. They gently dig small holes, place each seed inside, and cover it with loose, airy soil. Finally, a layer of dry straw is spread on top, like a natural blanket, protecting the tiny green sprouts from scorching sun and heavy rain, allowing them to safely push through and grow. Music. As the sprouted jackfruit seeds begin to grow and push out tender green shoots, the grafting process is initiated. Farmers carefully select healthy buds from mother trees known for producing quality fruit, then skillfully attach them to the young seedlings, securing them with a thin layer of plastic film. After 7 to 10 days, once the grafted shoots emerge bright and green, the plastic wrap is removed successfully. Grafted plants are then selected and transplanted into soil, marking the start of their journey toward fruit production. With 3 to 5 years of meticulous care, including watering, fertilizing, and pest control, the mature jackfruit trees begin to yield their first fruits. Though the initial output may be modest, it signifies that the trees have adapted well and are ready to enter a stable, productive phase. Music. As time passes, the jackfruit trees stand resilient against the sun and wind, and by the vibrant month of September, the entire orchard glows with golden hues. The plump, fragrant jackfruits peek out from beneath their leafy canopy, announcing that the harvest season has truly arrived. Recognizing a ripe jackfruit is not as straightforward as with most other fruits. When it reaches maturity, its leaves darken to a deeper green. The outer skin transitions from green to yellow. The spikes on its surface loosen slightly, and the stem begins to ooze sap. These signs typically appear in fruits weighing between 10 to 30 kilograms, the ideal size for commercial harvesting. Music. Each jackfruit is carefully wrapped in a green mesh bag, a protective layer that shields it from insects, harsh sunlight, and physical impacts during its final growth stages. In large-scale jackfruit orchards, where hundreds of fruits can be harvested daily, workers use specialized tools with long handles and razor-sharp blades for the harvest. With a swift and precise cut, the blade navigates through dense foliage swiftly, bringing down even the enormous jackfruits hanging high above. Every cut demands absolute precision to prevent scarring the fruit skin or breaking tender branches. Only seasoned farmers, often those with over a decade of experience, can distinguish between a fruit that has reached perfect sweetness and one that still needs more sunlight. Music. Yet, jackfruit harvesting is far from simple. To reach fruits suspended over 3 m high, farmers must secure themselves on sturdy ladders and carefully climb through dense branches. Once close enough, they must move cautiously across limbs, mindful not to damage young branches. When finally positioned, make a decisive cut at the stem, slowly lowering the fruit with full concentration and strength, never allowing it to fall freely, as a single impact could bruise the flesh, scrape the skin, and reduce its value. In the canal-side orchards Klum of central Thailand, farmers have devised an ingenious harvesting method. Instead of carrying the heavy fruits manually, they cut them and let them directly into the canal. They then navigate along the water in boats to collect the floating jackfruits, maximizing efficiency by utilizing the natural waterways to swiftly transport the harvest to bustling floating markets. The freshly harvested jackfruits, bursting with vitality, are carefully loaded onto pickup trucks and motorbikes, ready for their journey to the collection point. Music. There they undergo meticulous pre-processing, trimming leaves and stems to enhance their appearance. Once prepared, these pristine jackfruits continue their journey, traveling to bustling markets or processing factories, where they are transformed into delicious dried jackfruit. Music. Before heading into the dried jackfruit processing factory, let's first visit the bustling jackfruit market, where golden ripe fruits are stacked high, and buyers and sellers eagerly negotiate and trade. The sharp swish of knives along with the pungent characteristic scent of jackfruit sap fills the air. The jackfruit cutters work deftly, hands firmly gripping, thin, long-bladed knives, pre-greased with cooking oil to prevent the sticky sap from adhering. With just one decisive cut, the rugged, thorny rind instantly splits open. Each golden plump segment of jackfruit is then revealed. These are quickly beaded, fibrous parts removed and neatly arranged into plastic boxes or packaging trays ready for their journey. In large markets like Chhatak in Thailand, dubbed the fruit paradise, thousands of jackfruits are consumed daily, transformed into convenient portions for tourists and locals alike. The remaining jackfruit takes a different path. Instead of heading to bustling markets, it fulfills its purpose at modern processing plants. Immediately upon arrival at the factory, the sweet jackfruit is moved by workers into storage facilities. Here, the jackfruit is weighed and sorted according to its intended use. After being weighed, the jackfruit undergoes an initial cleaning of its exterior to remove dust accumulated during long transit. Next, the jackfruits go through the process of seed and fiber removal. Before beginning this stage, workers must strictly follow hygiene protocols. To ensure food safety, they are required to sanitize their hands with a specialized disinfectant solution, typically containing at least 70% alcohol. When working with jackfruits, excessive force is not an option. Each fruit can weigh up to 30 kilograms, yet its flesh is incredibly delicate. Just a slight mishandling can bruise the segments and lower product quality. Skilled workers use razor-sharp thin bladed knives sharpened daily to precisely navigate around the fibrous core and seeds, preserving the plump texture of the fruit. Though this step seems simple, mastering it takes time. New workers typically need 1 to 2 weeks to perfect the technique of removing seeds without damaging the flesh. Experienced workers can process over 500 kilograms of jackfruit daily, working with speed and accuracy to maintain the highest standards. After the segments are separated and cleaned, the jackfruit undergoes rapid freezing at approximately 35 to 2 to 4 hours. This process locks in moisture and preserves the full flavor, ensuring the perfect texture for the next step, crisp, sweet dehydration. After freezing, the jackfruit is placed into a vacuum fryer, a specialized machine that operates in a low-pressure environment at only 80 to 90 C. Under these controlled conditions, moisture in the jackfruit evaporates gradually, preserving its natural shape, vibrant color, and original flavor. A key advantage of this method is that the oil circulates continuously during frying, but is completely removed afterward, resulting in crispy, non-greasy, perfectly intact pieces. After frying, the jackfruit is transferred to a centrifugal oil removal machine inside a high-speed spinning chamber rotating at 1,200 to 500 revolutions per minute. The centrifugal force pushes excess oil off the surface of the jackfruit pieces. This process ensures the final product is lightly crispy, non-greasy, and maintains an appealing golden color, while extending its shelf life. After the oil is removed, the jackfruit is cooled on a conveyor belt to regulate temperature and moisture levels before packaging. Unlike traditional drying methods, vacuum frying delivers superior quality, producing jackfruit that is crunchier, more visually appealing, and richer in taste. Despite the distinction in processing, many people still refer to it as dried jackfruit rather than the more accurate term vacuum fried jackfruit, simply out of habit. Once fully cooled, the jackfruit moves on to the quality inspection stage. Here, workers meticulously examine each segment by eye, discarding any pieces that are burnt, broken, discolored, or fail to meet the required size standards. The selected jackfruit segments are transferred to the packaging area. Each crispy piece is carefully sealed in specialized airtight bags made from moisture-resistant materials, effectively preventing humidity from seeping in. This protective layer ensures that the jackfruit retains its signature crunch, avoiding softness or texture degradation even during long-term storage. Each bag typically weighs between 100 to 200 g, making it both convenient for consumption and optimal for preservation. One crucial but often overlooked step, the gas flushing system, where an inert gas, usually nitrogen, is pumped into the bag before sealing. Nitrogen creates a stable environment, preventing oxidation, preserving the jackfruit's vibrant golden color, and extending its shelf life without the need for artificial preservatives. Thanks to this meticulous packaging process, vacuum-fried jackfruit can maintain its crisp texture and distinctive flavor for 6 to 12 months. Amid lush green fields shimmering under the morning sun, clusters of ripe red raspberries glisten like hidden jewels. Welcome to Washington, the kingdom of frozen red raspberries, where over 36,000 tons are harvested annually, contributing more than 90% of the United States' frozen red raspberry supply and making the state one of the largest production centers in the world. Have you ever noticed the hollow center of a raspberry? It's not caused by pests or defects, but rather nature's clever design. When ripe, the fruit made up of dozens of tiny droolets gently separates from its soft central core, leaving behind an empty cavity. That core stays on the stem and won't produce another fruit. It's the floral base of a single blossom that has fulfilled its purpose. This unique feature not only distinguishes raspberries from blackberries, but also reveals nature's quiet elegance, a fragrant, juicy beauty with a touch of grace. But surprisingly, that sweet-looking hollow can harbor a hidden mini-bacteria hub, a perfect shelter for fruit fly eggs and mold spores lurking in microscopic crevices, waiting for just one misstep in processing. So don't be fooled by its luscious appearance, because one careless moment, and this seemingly perfect fruit might just turn on you at the dinner table. To fully grasp the meticulous journey behind each plump raspberry, we must return to the very beginning, when the first berries of the season begin to ripen. The harvest typically takes place in midsummer, when raspberries reach peak ripeness, vibrant red, juicy, and perfectly round. Depending on the scale and purpose of cultivation, farmers choose between two methods: hand picking to preserve the quality of each individual berry, or using advanced machinery to maximize speed and yield. In large-scale raspberry growing regions, like Washington and California, mechanical harvesting is gradually becoming the new standard. These machines, worth over $200,000, operate like a technological orchestra, gently vibrating the canes with fiberglass rods so that only perfectly ripe berries fall. The berries are then directed onto an integrated conveyor system where strong air jets blow away dry leaves and debris. Above the line, workers sort the fruit on the spot, keeping only the freshest, most evenly colored, and flawless raspberries. Thanks to this process, a farm spanning nearly 100 acres can complete its entire harvest within a week, quickly and efficiently, while maintaining consistent quality, ready for the next stage of the journey. At smaller farms or those serving premium markets, raspberries are typically harvested entirely by hand, the only method that ensures each berry retains its shape without bruising. With their delicate skin and hollow, airy structure, raspberries are highly susceptible to damage from pressure or impact. Hand-picking allows harvesters to select berries at just the right stage of ripeness, avoiding underripe or overripe fruit, an essential factor for successful cold storage and post-harvest transport. The moment raspberries leave the hands of the picker, trays are immediately loaded onto refrigerated trucks and transported straight to the nearest processing facility. No intermediate storage, no delays, because even the slightest holdup can cost these delicate berries their peak freshness. At the plant, specialized forklifts handle each pallet of raspberries as if they were dealing with glass. The pallets are moved into the receiving area, where automated unloading systems take over. Each tray is gently tilted, allowing the berries to slide onto the conveyor belt. No squeezing, no dropping, no collisions, as if every motion were precisely programmed to preserve the fragile perfection of this precious fruit. From the receiving area, the raspberries begin their purification journey. On the conveyor belt, they are washed using ultra-low pressure water sprays, just 0.3 to 5 bar, less than half the pressure typically used for sturdier fruits like apples or pears. This gentle approach is essential, as even slightly excessive force can rupture the delicate skin of the raspberries. The rinse water is continuously filtered and reused, ensuring both hygiene and environmental sustainability. After washing, the raspberries are moved to the sorting area, where workers manually inspect them along a continuously moving conveyor belt. Any berries that are bruised, misshapen, or unevenly colored are removed, leaving only those that meet the highest quality standards. This step is crucial to ensure consistent product excellence. Next, the raspberries are transferred to the packaging section. Each tray undergoes a final inspection. It is sealed in protective packaging, and labeled with detailed information such as origin, harvest date, and quality grade. Finally, the trays are packed into larger boxes ready to be distributed to supermarkets, markets, or exported abroad. The entire process is tightly controlled to ensure that every raspberry reaching the consumer is fresh, flavorful, and flawless. To extend shelf life and preserve freshness after harvest, a portion of the packaged raspberries doesn't go out for distribution right away. Instead, they continue their journey along a gently vibrating conveyor and are quickly transferred to the deep chilling zone, where temperature is tightly controlled to maintain the fruit's natural quality, color, and delicate flavor. From there, the berries enter a rapid cooling chamber for immediate preservation. Inside, they are placed in a cold room with precisely regulated temperatures. The gentle vibration continues to prevent the berries from sticking together during freezing, ensuring each one is evenly chilled and retains its fresh appearance and perfect shape. After a few minutes of quick freezing, the raspberries exit the chamber and move along a conveyor for final inspection. Workers manually check the fruit once more, removing any remaining substandard berries. Meanwhile, the vibrating system continues to operate, allowing the berries to move smoothly without clumping. This process ensures that only the highest quality raspberries proceed to the next stage of processing. It serves as the final quality control step before packaging or further processing. Finally, the chilled raspberries are automatically packed into cardboard boxes lined with plastic bags to ensure hygiene and protect the fruit during transport. An integrated weighing system checks each box to guarantee consistent fill levels that meet strict quality standards. Once full, the box flaps are automatically folded and securely sealed with tape to prevent shifting during transit. Each box is then labeled or barcoded with key information including the packing date, batch number, and product origin. The finished boxes are neatly stacked onto pallets, ready to be moved into cold storage or shipped to distribution points. Among the frozen ripe raspberries, a select portion of the finest is reserved to create another kind of magic: raspberry jam. The jam-making process begins by pureeing the raspberries into a smooth, thick mixture, then blending it with refined sugar at a standard ratio of 55:60, significantly higher than that of most other jams. This high sugar content is essential because raspberries have high water content and a soft, fragile structure, making them prone to spoilage if not properly preserved. Sugar not only adds sweetness, but also acts as a natural preservative, helping to control moisture and inhibit microbial growth. The mixture is then gently cooked in large heated kettles at a controlled temperature of 85 to 90 C, hot enough to slowly concentrate the jam without compromising the fruit's natural aroma and vibrant color. Unlike strawberries, which often lose their color during prolonged cooking and require added coloring for visual appeal, raspberries naturally retain their rich red-purple hue thanks to their high anthocyanin content. Meanwhile, sterilized glass jars are prepared and ready for filling. High-precision filling machines ensure that each jar is filled accurately and with minimal air exposure, small but crucial step in preserving freshness and extending shelf life. The entire process is a seamless blend of technique and control, neat, refined, and delicately crafted to capture the pure flavor of every raspberry. The journey of green apples begins with tiny seedlings where life takes root, and the foundation for fruitful apple trees is nurtured at specialized nurseries. Apple trees are propagated through grafting techniques and meticulously cared for to prepare them for their future as bountiful or trees. The process of creating green apple seedlings starts with selecting healthy branches from parent trees. The apple branches are neatly pruned and brought down to the ground where they are swiftly collected by specialized machinery ready to be transported to the processing facility. There the branches are trimmed and straightened to meet the standards required for the next grafting step. The top of the grafted branch is carefully cut to prepare it for connection with the pre-selected rootstock. The branch and rootstock are then joined together and secured with specialized tape to stabilize and protect the graft. This careful process ensures proper alignment for nutrient flow, giving the graft the best chance to heal and grow into a strong, productive tree. Next, the graft is dipped into a special chemical solution to encourage sprouting and improve the success rate of the union. These grafted branches are placed in moist coconut coir and watered regularly to maintain optimal humidity levels. Once the grafts are fully established, the young grafted trees are planted in the soil at the nursery. This planting process is semi-automated, with a machine creating furrows in the soil, while an operator seated behind carefully places each grafted tree into the furrow. The machine moves slowly to ensure proper alignment, and the operator ensures the seedlings are planted straight and at the correct depth. Apple saplings are typically nurtured for 1 to 2 years to develop into fully grown high-quality seedlings. Throughout this period, the trees are cared for with organic fertilizers, regular watering, and pest control treatments to ensure healthy growth. Modern machinery plays a crucial role in this process, automating tasks like nutrient application and pest management. When the seedlings mature and their leaves begin to yellow, vibrating machine is used to shake off the leaves. Afterward, specialized equipment gently lifts the seedlings, ensuring the roots remain undamaged. The harvested seedlings are transported back to the facility, bundled neatly and stored with care. This marks the final stage before the seedlings are delivered to orchards, ready to grow into lush apple trees that will one day bear the iconic Granny Smith apples. The young green apple seedlings eventually find their permanent home in sprawling orchards, where they will spend their entire lives producing delicious apples. Planting these seedlings on large farms follows the same semi-automated process used for grafted trees. The spacing between each tree is typically maintained at 10 to 15 feet depending on the variety and desired planting density. The rootstock is planted level with or slightly below the ground, usually 8 to 12 in deep. This depth ensures the roots anchor firmly into the soil, providing stability and efficient absorption of water and nutrients. Once planted, green apple trees require diligent care to thrive. Automated irrigation systems are installed to supply about 1 to 2 in of water per week, depending on weather conditions, ensuring the soil remains consistently moist and suitable for growth. Young branches are pruned to shape the canopy and remove weak or misdirected shoots, allowing the tree to focus its energy on the essential parts. Regular pest and disease prevention measures are also taken, with periodic spraying of safe and approved treatments to protect the trees from harmful insects and fungal infections. Green apple trees begin to bloom around 3 to 4 years after planting. Springtime is when the magic happens, as warm weather and abundant sunlight create the ideal conditions for pollination. They emit a gentle fragrance that attracts pollinators, particularly bees, which play a crucial role in the pollination process. As the bees diligently travel from flower to flower, they transfer pollen between the stamens and pistils, enabling the formation of fruit. Green apples, particularly the Granny Smith variety, require about 150 to 180 days to grow from blossoms to harvest. Ready fruit, fall from September to November, marks the busiest season in Washington's apple orchards. Harvesting green apples is a meticulous process supported by modern machinery. Specialized equipment with secure platforms helps farmers reach the apples growing high on the trees. Farmers carefully handpick each apple using a gentle twisting motion to detach the fruit from its branch without damaging the smooth green skin. Once picked, the apples are gently placed on conveyor belts built into the machinery. These belts transport the apples to collection bins, where soft rotating brushes remove dirt and debris from the surface, ensuring the apples remain clean and shiny. The machines move slowly along the rows of trees, efficiently collecting the apples while preserving their quality. This method combines the skill of human hands with the efficiency of modern technology, guaranteeing that Washington's famous green apples reach the highest standards of quality. It's a crucial first step in the journey that takes these apples from orchard to table. Alongside harvesting with modern conveyor systems at some less equipped farms, green apples are still hand-picked by migrant workers. These laborers skillfully pluck each apple from the branches, taking care not to bruise the skin or damage the fruit. Once picked, the apples are carefully placed into bags worn on their chests or baskets, positioned nearby. This work requires patience and technique, as each apple is inspected to meet size and color Standards. Despite the challenges, the meticulous effort of these hands ensures that fresh, high-quality green apples reach consumers. After harvest, the apple crates are loaded onto trailers, linked together like a small train, winding through the orchard. These trailers carefully transport the apples to a collection area where they are transferred onto large trucks. From there, the apples are swiftly delivered to processing facilities or distribution centers, ensuring their freshness is preserved. Music. The first step in processing green apples at the factory is thorough cleaning using advanced water systems. The apples are gently immersed in large water tanks where dirt, soil, and debris are loosened and washed away. These tanks often include gentle agitation to ensure even cleaning without damaging the fruit. After soaking, the apples are transported through interconnected water channels which carry them smoothly to the next stage of the process. Some factories enhance this process by incorporating ozonated water or mild sanitizing solutions, ensuring the apples are not only spotless, but also meet stringent food safety standards. As the apples move from the water tanks, they are carried along smooth conveyor belts designed to transport them gently to the optical grading area. The conveyor system ensures the apples remain evenly spaced to avoid collisions or bruising during transit. Along the way, excess water is drained off, leaving the apples clean and ready for inspection. Once cleaned, the apples are moved to the sorting area where advanced optical scanners meticulously inspect each one. These scanners evaluate the apples based on size, color, shape, and the perfection of their skin. After passing through the optical sorting machines, the green apples are further graded by automated systems that ensure precision. The approved apples continue along the conveyor for packaging or processing, while those deemed unsuitable are gently removed through mechanical arms or air jets. This additional step guarantees that only the highest quality apples proceed, meeting the strict standards set for market or production use. Apples that meet quality standards are sent to the packaging area where they are carefully arranged into trays or carton boxes lined with soft padding to protect the fruit from bumps or scratches. Each box is then labeled with detailed information including the origin, packaging date, apple variety, and quality standards. This labeling ensures consumers can easily trace the products, details, and feel confident in their purchase. In advanced facilities, the entire packaging process is handled by automated robotic systems. These robots, equipped with precise sensors, gently pick up each apple and arrange them neatly into trays. This method not only speeds up the process, but also minimizes errors, improves productivity, and ensures consistency in the final product. With their ability to operate continuously, these systems handle large orders efficiently while maintaining the highest quality standards. Once packaged, the apple boxes are transferred to cold storage facilities, where temperature and humidity are carefully regulated. This ensures the apples remain fresh and retain their natural flavor for extended periods. In the cold storage, the boxes are neatly stacked on pallets, ready to be shipped to supermarkets, retail stores, or exported to international markets. This step completes the journey of green apples, ensuring they arrive at their destination in perfect condition, ready to delight consumers around the world. Music. Once the fresh and carefully packed apples are stored at the factory, some of them continue their journey to become the star ingredient of the iconic apple pie. The journey begins with the apples being fed into automatic peelers where sharp blades swiftly and gently remove their smooth green skins. At the same time, these advanced machines are equipped with precision seeing tools that simultaneously remove the hard cores from the apples as they are being peeled. This synchronized process ensures efficiency with the blades skillfully slicing away the skin while cylindrical seeing blades extract the tough inner cores and seeds in one seamless motion. Once peeled and seed, the apples move on to a slicing system that cuts them into evenly sized pieces. These apple slices are then packaged in specialized bags to maintain their freshness and quality. The pre-sliced apples are transported to pie-making factories where they embark on their final transformation into mouth-watering apple pies. Fresh apple slices from Grand Smith green apple are washed before being transferred to large kettles. Here they are mixed with ingredients like honey, sugar, and spices to create the signature apple pie flavor. The mixture is gently cooked and stirred, releasing natural juices while blending harmoniously with the added ingredients. Simultaneously, the pie crust is being meticulously prepared to achieve the perfect buttery and flaky texture. Skilled hands work the dough into thin, even sheets, ensuring it has just the right thickness. After the dough is carefully kneaded to achieve perfect smoothness and elasticity, it is divided into smaller pieces for easier handling. These pieces are then rolled into thin, even sheets, ready to be used for making apple pies. Afterward, the filling is poured into the pie crusts using an automatic machine. The machine precisely measures the amount of filling, gently depositing the sweet spiced apple mixture into each crust. Another layer of dough is placed on top. The edges are carefully sealed to keep the filling inside. Each pie is then shaped, vented for steam release, and transferred to the ovens. The baking temperature is meticulously controlled to ensure a golden brown crust and perfectly cooked filling. After baking, the pies are cooled in a specialized system to retain their crispness and fresh flavor. Finally, the apple pies are automatically packaged in protective boxes complete with detailed labels. These pies are now ready to be distributed to stores or exported, ensuring every customer enjoys a slice of this beloved dessert at its finest. Music. Now, you've seen the full journey of green apples from being carefully harvested in the orchards to becoming high-quality products like apple pie. This process is a testament to the perfect combination of modern agricultural technology and the craftsmanship of American farmers. Thank you for joining me on this exciting exploration. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories about green apples and modern agriculture. See you in the next video.